welcome to Monarchy Creative Design Studio. Thanks for watching the video today. And we got very lovely Lu as my interviewee. Thanks very much, Lu. Say hello to everyone.
No worries. Hello, everybody on Mona's channel. Thanks for having me on today, Mona.
Yeah, Lu, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us how you started your journey at London Riot?
Okay, so I'm Lu from Jellyfielders. We do video and animation stuff. And our business we started actually straight from university in Luton, but we actually cite the real start of our business being at the London 2011 riots, when I was still working at Wetherspoons full time, and the pub burnt down, and we filmed it and we put that out online, and we got quite a bit of interest for that piece of footage, and it kind of also made me have to start taking the business that was we were doing kind of part-time jobs and freelance bits and pieces, but it was actually the launch of the business, and it started kind of from that. The very next day the pub had burnt down, I'd lost my job, and so I started this properly.
Well done, and you were really brave.
I wouldn't say that. I did spend the evening kind of half between laughing and crying. It's quite shocking when you see somewhere you've worked burn down, because you kind of have this dream, like, oh, I wish the place would burn down, but you never expect it to actually happen. When it does, it's actually quite terrifying and mortifying. But yeah, that's an interesting story.
So that was evidence that sometimes the crisis can create new opportunities.
Absolutely, it was the kick up the bum that I needed to finally take that step. I think that we'd wanted to kind of go full time with the company for a little while. We'd built up a few jobs and a few clients, and it was ticking along nicely, but it's taking that leap of faith to actually leave full-time employment where you know you've got your rent and your bills coming, and that choice was taken away from me. I was just kind of made to do it, and I didn't want to get a job in another pub, because I felt that was actually taking a step back from where we got to. So yeah, it was a crisis that created kind of the opportunity for us to grow as we have done over the last few years.
Yeah, you should write a book about that. Very inspiring story.
Maybe make a video.
Yeah, sure, good idea. And also, could you talk about ice cream model?
So the ice cream model is our video marketing strategy. So we worked with a lot of clients over the years who would come to us and they'd say things like, I need a green screen video, or I need an animated video, but none of them really paid attention to what the purpose of the video was and how it would help their business and how they'd be able to measure whether the video was working or not. And I think that there's a big misunderstanding within video marketing in general, that the creation of a video will help your business and you put it on YouTube and then it's done. Whereas actually there's a kind of a lot more behind it. There's a lot more thought process that needs to be put in behind the strategy. So, I mean, we've got a free download on our website at jellyfielders.tv/ice cream, where you can download a guide to the strategy, which breaks down the types of video you need. But we tried to simplify the process so people can start putting together their own marketing strategies and understanding how those videos will help with their business.
Yeah, thanks very much. I will visit your website and download something for free myself.
I think I've already sent it to you, but give it another go. There's been a few changes in it. We do continuously update it, because there's always changes to things like Facebook and Instagram and things like, you know, stories being quite a big thing recently. And we started the ice cream model before Instagram stories and Facebook stories were a thing. So now we're incorporating that, and you know, there's always changes to it. So it's worth checking back on our strategy guide download whenever you need to check up.
Basically, I think marketing is quite similar to design as well. Once you get the template there, you got the color scheme there, you can duplicate other things a lot quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that's one thing that we really work hard with our clients. Like, you create design elements that can be used across platforms or across different media. We look at all the video content in terms of how much content can you create from it. No one piece of content should just be used for that. You can break it down into smaller bits for social media and things like that. So we really focus our clients on doing that.
Yeah, sure. Very cool. And also another question, because during the COVID pandemic, a lot of companies, they may be considering about getting a bespoke videos done, but they're worried about the safety issues. So how could you work safely, or could you work remotely with your clients as well?
So there's a number of different options for people that want to film or that want to create video content during lockdown, or even when lockdown's over, they're still worried about the health and safety concerns. We get a lot of advice coming out of things like the British Film Institute and the Institute of Videographers, and a lot of guidance about that. So we're always keeping our minds open about how we can film safely. We have done a few shoots, not during the tier 4 type lockdown, but in between, they were very successful. We've looked at new strategies for things like using microphones, because people can't share microphones anymore. How we've got these big plastic, not the ones that go all over your face, but ones that sit over your nose and cover your mouth, that are see-through, so people can still see us talking to them and engaging with them, but it doesn't cover up our eyes for camera lenses and stuff. So we've looked at the filming that way, but we also understand that during lockdown, a lot of people do want to create video content and we can't get out to film them.
Yeah.
So what we're doing with a lot of clients actually is we're running DIY video workshops so they can film themselves. We're showing them how to use Zoom to film things like this. We offer editing services on the stuff that they film themselves. And in a couple of cases where people want proper professional videos for their websites, we're setting them up in a way where they can film themselves for now. They can still use that video on their website, and when lockdown's over, we can go to them safely, shoot their pieces and pop them in underneath so that we just replace that footage. So it's not about like having a second video done, it's just a minor re-edit, which is a weird thing for us, having to learn how to do videography backwards, starting with the edit and looking at the filming later. But it's been a fun challenge, and we've helped a lot of clients kind of continue to produce video in that way.
Yeah, sure. And also you do animations as well, and you can work from home and work remotely by creating the animations. And that,
Absolutely.
yeah,
It's animation. We've done a lot of animation over this last year. A lot of people are kind of turning to it because it's a great way of being able to explain things or promote your business without necessarily having to go and see someone else in a room. Animation isn't right for everybody though. For some people, especially small businesses that
yeah,
want to make a connection or to build up trust with the customer,
for
still
sure.
recommend that they have filming, but animation's a good backup if you can't do that.
Yeah. And also another question about the animations. So how could the animations endorse the branding for SMEs?
So there's animation's a difficult thing because animation is a very, very wide kind of barometer. We focus on 4 different types of animation. So we do infographic animation, that's everything you might see with your little graphics that move and it's all 2D, it's very cute. We do typography animation, that's animation, the majority of it being with wording, so cool animated title sequences and things like that. We do character animation, so that might be a character actually talking to someone. We can, working with graphic designers like you, Mona, obviously we can design bespoke characters. So
Yeah,
if you're a business owner and you want an animated video, but you want it to still look like you, we can work with designers to make that a possibility. And then the 4th type of animation is motion graphics, and that mixes kind of real footage with a mixture of infographic and typography. So
yeah,
it really depends on what someone wants to do. The main thing that animation is great at is taking complicated information and making it really simple. So if you've got a lot of statistics or facts about your business, or if you do something very technical like we've just worked with some banking people, we've
yeah,
worked with app people to create app videos and things like that. So it really depends on what you're doing, but animation can be used by SMEs
yeah,
in a quick way. And I mean, I probably shouldn't say this as an animator myself. There are a lot of apps out there that you can go and do your own little animations with. I know that Canva has some animated titles, but you can get more complex. There's one called Movely, which is quite cool. That you can create infographic videos in and whiteboard animation in. So there's still a lot of stuff that people can do at home, and we're more than happy to train people or give tutorials and workshops on how people can actually do this work themselves.
yeah. You should definitely do more workshops about the animations because I want to learn myself as well.
But maybe we'll look at actually putting out a public workshop with animation, but we can always do one-on-one training sessions with people for that as well. But I think that it's really interesting. In fact, if anybody's watching this video and would be interested in learning how to use a website like Movely, pop a comment below and I'll check, and if there's enough interest, maybe we can put something together for people, because I think that the animation is a really, really strong and great tool to use to explain things. But I also think that cost wise, it can be a little bit above some SMEs budgets. especially if you want to get into the high-tech motion graphics and character animation. But there is a middle ground. As with all these things, there's a middle place where you can do some of it yourself to a point. And I'd encourage people to give that a go at the very least.
Yeah, sure. Thanks very much for the tips. And also a final question, because I know when the economy is not great, companies normally cut down the budget for marketing and creative sectors first. So could you tell us why videos are important in this very difficult time? Why do we need to spend money on videos?
Oh, there are so many reasons. Video is a great tool for communicating your message to people. One of the things that I would say is that during this time of lockdown, people they're used to seeing people on screens like this. We don't see people face to face so much anymore, and I think people are missing that. And I think one thing that video can do really well is and this is why Zoom has become so popular and all those other apps that do video calling. One thing that video does well above any other form of media is it brings your audience to you. It allows you to talk directly to them through the screen. And I don't think that there can be any replacement for going to someone's website and seeing a video of them happy and positive and approachable on their homepage talking directly to you. You can put that in text, you can put images up there, but I think there's something really powerful about seeing someone talk to you or hear what they're saying as well. So I understand that there's not a great deal of money out there specifically for marketing creative services, but I think video is a fundamental importance to being able to share business messages and build trust with an audience. So this is why we do a lot of DIY workshops and things like that and training so that people can take it in their own hands and take control of it. And now everybody's used to using Zoom. Everybody's got the ability to sit and do videos like this. It's been amazing watching your channel grow as you've continued to interview other businesses. In part, I hope, learning some of the skills you learnt at our DIY video workshop. So yeah, I think that everybody can take kind of a lesson out of your book, actually, Mona, that the video doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to have the best editing or the best
Yeah.
camera equipment. You just need to make some video.
Yeah, sure. And also, I think by presenting your videos, people can see your eyes because they can see your passion.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the great things that's one of the things that's amazing about doing interviews like this and interviewing other businesses. And for our series called The Shots, where we've interviewed recently you as well. I think it's amazing just seeing some of the passion from small business owners, and those are the ones that are going to last, those ones that are going to survive the lockdown, survive all the trouble we've had in the last year, because they are people that are passionate about what they do and they want to help other people by doing what they do. And I see that in you as well. So that's, I think, one of the reasons I like working with you so much, Mona.
Thanks very much. So finally, do you want to promote your networking group, or do you have other things to say to everyone?
Oh yes, I should probably mention my lovely little For Networking group. So For Networking Marketing Monday meets every Monday evening from 6 to 7:30 p.m. We are a marketing focused group, so we have a lot of marketing professionals coming along, SEO people, Google ads, Facebook ads, social media people. We have a whole range of people coming. We have an amazing foresight every week from someone who's talking about a specific area of marketing. And we have a lot of people that come along because they want the opportunity to hear from professional marketers about just about their advice on how to move their business forward. So it's a really fun meeting, and it goes perfectly hand in hand with Mona's Wednesday lunchtime meeting as well, for a fun and friendly environment. So if anybody wants to come along, that's Mondays 6 or 7:30 p.m.
Great, thanks very much.
Thank you so much for having me on, Mona. It's been great to chat to you.
Yes, it has been great to work with you as well. And I highly recommend Lu and the Jellyfielders. They got really high skill of video filming, shooting, and also animations. And also you really know marketing, you got very in-depth marketing knowledge. So it has been a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you. Actually, shout out back to Mona, because Mona, we've been working together for about a year now, haven't we? Just over a year. And I've seen, we've got some secret projects coming up, but I've seen some amazing design work from Mona and some real kind of through line thoughts about branding and how to be able to map it out and make it bigger than it actually is. So highly recommend to anybody that needs some design services having a chat with Mona.
Okay, thanks very much. I also highly recommend your workshops as well.
We're just going to recommend each other back and forth for the rest of the day.
I know. Okay, thanks for the interview today. Bye.
Bye.